College is a scam, and I don't care what anyone thinks.
Yeah.
And also, it's important to say that I'm talking about college for people like us.
Yes.
Look, if you want to be a doctor and you want to be a lawyer, you need to go to college. Nothing wrong with there. But we have an entrepreneurship channel, so we're assuming everyone watching our videos is an entrepreneur. Some people don't like that term, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Someone who doesn't want a job. Everyone watching our videos doesn't want a job. College is not for you. I know a lot of our viewers are in college right now, or they're about to go to college, and I feel we need to talk about it. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is a business degree is a scam, and a business degree is also the most common college degree, and it's people who basically I don't know what to do. Let's just do a business degree because it'll be useful for me. I've been told it can make me money. Businesses make money, and also anyone watching our channel going into college is probably going to choose business. Yeah. So the first thing I want to talk about is the price of college. So I did a little research. Being conservative, a 4-year college degree, being very conservative, costs $100,000. Now, of course, if you're in-state public school, it costs about $25,000. Out-of-state, $40,000. A year. Private school, it could be $50,000 or more per year. A year times 4 years for the bachelor's degree, between $100,000 and $200,000. And it's time. See, here's the thing. We just throw around these numbers nonchalantly. We need to start recognizing that a $100,000 tuition is going to cost you $100,000 in cash. Real money that you have to pay. Man, people are talking about like, yeah, mom, it costs $35,000 a year to go to Michigan State. Oh, that's so much money. Why are you saying it like that? Yeah, it costs $35,000 a year to attend. The problem is people aren't actually like processing the fact that this is cash. Mm-hmm. How much money that is. I just need a second. Okay, we can continue now. You're absorbing that to yourself as a high school student going into college. You're absorbing that, and you now have $100,000 in debt. People talk about it as if it's not what it really is, because it's college, so it's worth it. It's this narrative that's being created, and people are no longer looking at it with logic. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm very logical based in my brain. It could take anyone 2 minutes to look at the logic of college and then the alternatives and see that college, it's not even like the wrong choice. It is a self-destructive choice that you're making that can set you back 10 years in your career. So choosing to go to college and get a business degree is the worst case of groupthink that I've ever seen. Yeah. People are not thinking for themselves. What you really need to do is look at the pros, look at the cons, look at the price, and then make your decision based off that. But that's not what people are doing. Just everyone goes to college, so that's just what I do. Groupthink is where you take on the opinion of everyone around you. And that's what everyone is doing because they have some sort of lack of awareness of the situation. They just see everyone saying these things and they just absorb that. But if you just take 1 second, 1 minute to look at the reality of it, none of it makes any sense. But I do think that we're the last generation that will actually be going, where the majority of people will go to college. So the next generation, like our kids, everyone in college's kids will not be going to college because they now lived it for themselves. Like, damn, that $170K in debt some people are having if they go out of state literally ruined my life and created so much stress for me. There's no way in hell I want my kids to have that. So let's talk about what do you actually get for those $100,000. What kind of stuff are you learning when you get a business degree? So the shit that you're learning now, we went to community college and took business classes for 1.5 years. Oh yeah, we're also speaking from experience. Yes, we went to college. I took these classes and I can tell you what I learned. Yeah, and it was not pretty. But what you're learning in college is to be a good employee, right? And if people are watching this video or they are settling for a business degree, they're not striving. They don't have a freaking passion to be an employee. No. Some people do as a doctor and lawyer, and that's okay. But I'm talking about business people. Yes. And the reason why we're making this video is because it relates directly to a lot of people. This was not just because we didn't have any more video ideas. I hope this hits just one person on the other end and turns on their light bulb, realizes like, okay, no, I can't go through with this. Yeah. And like you were saying, there's two big things from it. The price, I feel like we've talked about enough about the price. The end of the video, we'll talk about the alternatives, which are phenomenal compared to college. the next thing, like you were saying, what you're learning in college. For example, we have a friend, one of our very good friends. He's not watching this video. Great guy, love him, but he has a marketing degree. Marketing is how you market a business to generate more profits, okay? And you ask him anything about Facebook ads, Google ads,
any sort of
YouTube
online
ads,
advertising,
which is the core of all like real big businesses right now.
Every single big business in the world uses online advertising to grow their, like you can use it for anything. It's by far the most powerful way of advertising in 2019.
Yes.
By far.
It's the core of advertising, well, marketing as a whole right now, okay? And he knows absolutely nothing about it. I mean, absolutely nothing. He might have heard of Facebook ads. He didn't hear about it in class because they don't even want to talk about that because I'm sure some of them are aware that like this is outdated.
Then let's also talk about who are you learning from at a college in a business class. You're learning from a teacher that either they tried to start a business and they failed and they settled to be a college professor. That may have happened. First of all, why would you want to learn from that? Or they didn't even try. They just went straight from college to, I don't know, some employee level thing and then onto being a professor.
Yeah.
They have no experience actually running a business. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't teach you to run a business in college. But that's what when people settle for, they're like, oh, I'll learn great business skills so I can grow my own business.
It teaches you the textbook stuff. Textbooks. And listen, we didn't graduate college. We dropped out of college, but we had perfect 4.0 GPAs. Yet we learned fucking nothing because we just learned the textbook definition. We just memorized shit.
Now look,
Okay.
you know who you do want to learn business from? Someone who has a multi-million-dollar business. Someone who owns it and has done it themselves. That's who you want to learn from. And we'll get into the alternatives.
Which leads
that
into
you
the
can actually learn from these people. And you can learn that for 1% of the price.
Literally 1% of the price.
That's who you actually want to learn business from. So when it comes to the price of college and what you're actually learning, who you're learning from, it makes absolutely no sense. Why? Why would you ever do that?
People on the other side of the screen, I already know what they're thinking. Oh no, not every professor is a failed entrepreneur. Listen, we can only talk in generalities and talk about the general college business professor. Most of them are that. Most of your business professors are not millionaires.
They're not successful business owners.
They aren't.
Why are they teaching
Sure,
them?
there are a few that are.
Yes.
Maybe there is some. He has a hobby of teaching university and he's been successful. Those do exist, okay? But that is not the general population.
Okay, so now we've talked about college sucks if you want a business degree.
So what do we do instead? You
That's-
sit at home, fiddle your fingers.
Exactly. You can make the decision, okay, not going to do that. Well, what do I do instead? There are so many amazing options. I think the first thing you need to do is try and find out for yourself what do you enjoy and what do you want to do.
That's step number one. Like, we can't help you with that.
That's hard. I admit that's hard to figure out, and that will just take time and years experience.
But you probably know that you don't want a job.
Yeah.
Now, the alternatives that you'll find, it's all online. Like, everything is online at this point. But it's basically other online alternatives. Examples are training courses. Again, for the sake of this video, we're talking about building a business because that's a popular one. That one makes sense with business. So building a business. There are hundreds of courses, online courses that cost $1,000, sometimes $2,000, generally $1,000. A lot of them are $2,000, $397, where you can learn how to actually build a dropshipping business, e-commerce business, publishing business, social media marketing business, whatever, and you're paying $1,000. But when people pay $1,000 for an online course, they're talking, that shit is a scam. That's so expensive. You greedy You just want to take my money. Yeah. Sorry, I'm passionate about this. But then when we suddenly look at college, $100,000, it's
easy.
fine.
Easy.
Then it's suddenly fine.
And look, here's the funny part.
It's just really frustrating.
People go to college or get a business degree with the hope that one day they can make $100,000 a year. They can have a six-figure job. While you can pay $1,000 for a course, they can teach you how to make $100,000 a year within 6 months or a year.
Let's say a
few
year.
years. Not 15 years down the line if you're working at a company after graduating from college.
And then once you've created that first business, then you might invest in a $5,000 course, which is going to teach you how to scale another business and create a 7-figure business. Okay, and that might exactly be a $5,000 course. Yet in year one of your bachelor's degree, you're paying like $3,000 per course. You have to go through history 1, 2, 3. You have to go do music class, go to anatomy, do physics before you could actually do any of the shit marketing classes. Long story short, none of it makes any sense. But the other type of things you should be investing in, events is a huge one. Events, self-development events. People like to shit on Tony Robbins. Like, everyone respects him, but like his events, they're just like
they're
nonsense.
woohoo. What do you actually learn?
No, like if you actually see the inside of it, I've never been to one. Netflix documentary.
Tony
Netflix
Robbins,
documentary.
I Am Not Your Guru.
Yes,
Highly
yes.
recommended.
Comment down below if you will watch that documentary for us. That's the homework if you watch this far. Watch, Tony Robbins, Not Your Guru. You'll see what goes on inside, and you'll see the life-changing impact that this man has on people. So, business events and conferences. We just recently invested $6,000 in a public speaking training.
Talk about something that is you get your money's worth, as opposed to college.
Public speaking is the #1 trait of successful people around the world. Public speaking. That's how you could spread your message, spread it to the entire world, and actually be a person who makes a difference.
Right, so we signed up for a speaking academy. It costs $6,000 per person. It's a 1-week program where we're going to learn how to be incredible on-stage public speakers.
From one of the greatest public speakers in the world.
For only $6,000 as opposed to $100,000 in college.
Now that is over a long span. But one semester in itself where you're learning in the beginning your history and art classes is going to cost you, let's say, half of $25,000, $12,000.
But being able to be a captivating and impressive public speaker is a skill that will generate hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars down the line if you use it to your advantage. But what an incredible skill that you can learn that you could never learn at college. You would never get with a business degree.
Yeah. Right. So, long story short, the alternatives, that being just alternative courses on the internet, you need to learn.
Online education.
Knowledge and education is the foundation of achieving your goals, building a business. People like to overlook that, like, oh, I just build a business if I run enough ads. No, you need the knowledge behind it, and you'll get that in a course. College is not providing it anymore to people who want that. It's not providing it. Online courses is, whatever it is. There's just so many different options available online that are just
1,000,000 times smarter.
1% the price that gets you like 10 times the results.
Never mind the numbers and stuff. You're gonna enjoy it much more because like college is not an enjoying thing to be a part of in terms of the classroom stuff. You got friends and all that. Never mind that.
Yes.
Let's wrap this video up.
Magic emoji. So I want people to take action on the homework that we provided. Yes, there's homework. You're in school now. You're in college.
Shit.
Yes, Netflix documentary, Tony Robbins, I Am Not Your Guru. Now, like, again, watching that won't make you a millionaire, but it'll open your eyes to like these events that people are charging, like Tony Robbins charges like $6,000 for. You'll see why he charges that and why people pay it and why he's so big and a impactful person. I believe him to literally be like the real life Jesus. He has such a massive impact on the world. He's an incredible person, Tony Robbins.
That is what we think, why we believe college is a scam. Leave a comment. I'm trying to talk about this. Do you disagree? Be specific with which parts you disagree about. Just like, oh, you guys are wrong, because we get that before. Be specific.
Yes.
And then when we reply again, because I just want to have that conversation.
And you can also comment that we should stop swearing, because we get that all the time.
Yeah.
But that's not changing. What's the magic emoji? Something for Tony Robbins.
The brain.
Or the brain. Sure, let's do the brain.
Yeah.
Brain emoji. Brain emoji. Spam that shit. We will see you in the next video.
Peace.